Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. We're going to be looking at iQIYI today.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you sent over a ton of info on them. News, due diligence, company overview, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to try to break it all down, make sense of it, and, kind of see what's really going on with iQIYI right now.
Sounds good. A lot to unpack there.
There is. Let's just jump right into it, huh? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So first up, some recent moves they've been making, financially speaking.
Yeah, well, right away, their debt management jumps out,
Yeah.
right? They just wrapped up this offering of convertible senior notes, $350 million worth, actually, coming due in 2030.
Okay.
And they ended up with about $344.8 million net proceeds from that.
Okay. So they brought in a decent chunk of change there. What are they planning to do with it all?
So two main things from what I'm seeing. First, they want to use some of it to buy back some of their existing debt, sort of reshuffling things a bit. And then the rest, general corporate purposes, the kind of catch-all they often use.
Makes sense.
Well,
But it wasn't all about just getting new money in, right? They were also doing some maneuvering with their existing debt.
absolutely right. Right alongside that offering, they went and repurchased about $300 million worth of their convertible senior notes that were already out there.
Interesting. So it seems like a pretty deliberate strategy to manage their debt overall.
Definitely seems that way. I mean, from an investor's point of view, you got to consider that on the one hand, this gives them some breathing room financially, right now at least.
Right.
But those convertible notes, they could lead to dilution down the road. If those get converted into shares, that can shift the ownership picture a bit.
Makes you think. Okay, so debt stuff aside, let's look at the actual business performance. How are they doing there? Their Q4 2024 earnings report just came out February 18th, and, well, mixed bag is how I'd put it.
Yeah, kind of. If you look at it high level, their earnings per share actually beat expectations.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
good.
Came in at negative 0.03. Beat the consensus by a penny. So, bit of a positive surprise there.
Yeah, it's definitely a win on the EPS front, but
Yeah.
didn't seem like the revenue was quite as rosy.
No, not quite hitting the mark there. Their revenue for the quarter was $919.56 million, below what analysts were predicting.
And in terms of, I always get confused with this. What's that in? Like Chinese yuan?
Yeah. So if you base it on their full-year revenue numbers, that's roughly 6.5 billion CNY.
Gotcha. Okay, so quarterly numbers aside, if we zoom out and look at the whole year, what's the bigger picture look like there?
Well, the thing that really pops out when you look at the annual numbers, iQIYI's revenue for all of 2024, 29.23 billion CNY. Now, that's actually down 8.31% compared to the year before.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a pretty noticeable drop in revenue year over year. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. And I was thinking, your due diligence report mentioned this rise in competition from those short-form video platforms. Could that be playing a role here? Maybe it's getting harder for iQIYI to attract and keep subscribers, even with all the high-quality stuff they're putting out.
Yeah, good point. And their profitability, did that take a hit too? I feel like I remember seeing something about that.
Oh, it definitely did. Net income, down by a whopping 60.32%, ended up at 764.06 million CNY for 2024. A pretty steep decline.
Yikes. That is significant. Makes you wonder what's putting so much pressure on them. Are costs going up? Are they losing pricing power? What's driving that shrinking net income? Anything in the sources shed more light on that?
Unfortunately, not a whole lot of detail on the exact causes there, but definitely something to watch for in future reports.
Agreed. Okay, so we've got this backdrop of financial performance, some ups and downs there. How's the stock market been reacting to all this?
Well, as of April 4th, 2025, the stock was trading at around $2.15, which, it's worth noting, is down from where it's been hanging out recently, between 179 and 196. And even more significantly, it's a big drop from its high of 580 in the past 6 months.
Wow. So definitely some volatility there, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. And the volume of trading has been all over the map, too. I mean,
Yeah.
Look at April 3rd. Big drop off in volume that day.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what spooked people.
Yeah, huh. I'm also curious what the analysts are saying. It always feels like there are a million different opinions floating around.
Yeah, and it's definitely mixed right now. You've got HSBC. They actually just upgraded their rating to hold from reduce.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they're feeling a little less pessimistic about the near future. But then you've got Citigroup. They went and lowered their price target, Took it down to 280 from $3.
Hmm.
Right now, though, the overall consensus is hold, and their 12-month price target, 260. So, implying there might be some upside from where it's trading now.
Interesting. But wasn't there something about some unusual options activity too? Something that might not be so bullish?
Yeah, good catch. You're right. On April 3rd, there was a massive spike in put option trading, like 138% increase.
Wow. And remind me again, what does that usually signal?
Well, a put option, right, it gives the buyer the right to sell a stock at a certain price by a certain date. So when you see a huge jump in put buying, sometimes it means some investors are feeling bearish, like they think the stock's going to drop.
Gotcha. Okay, so putting all the pieces together, what would you say are the main reasons behind this recent dip in iQIYI stock?
Well, that lower than expected revenue in Q4, that's definitely a big part of it. Plus, the overall market sentiment can play a role. You know, how the macro economy is doing, stuff like that. And then we got to remember that convertible notes offering, that might have made some investors nervous about dilution down the line.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've talked a lot about these recent happenings, but let's take a step back. Big picture time. What are some of the core fundamentals of iQIYI's business, and what are some of the bigger challenges they're facing?
Well, first off, you got to remember the landscape they're operating in. I mean, online entertainment in China. Super competitive.
Oh, yeah.
They're constantly battling it out with giants like Tencent Video, Youku, all fighting for the same eyeballs. And then hanging over the whole sector, you've got the Chinese government, and you never know what kind of regulations they might throw at you.
So lots of external pressures to navigate. What about internally? What are some of the biggest hurdles for them specifically?
Well, one of their biggest struggles is definitely subscriber growth, or maybe more accurately, the lack thereof. They're having trouble both growing their subscriber base and keeping the ones they have.
Right, I remember that being highlighted as a major concern in those reports, like a big red flag, basically.
Yeah, and you can see why. If they can't keep people paying for subscriptions, their revenue is going to keep taking a hit. And then there's the whole short interest thing,
Oh, right. That was pretty high, wasn't it?
around 9.5%, which means a sizable chunk of investors are basically betting against the company. Not exactly a vote of confidence.
Definitely not. And last but not least, their debt level. It's hard to ignore that, right?
Yeah, their debt-to-equity ratio was sitting at 1.03 at the end of Q4. So, yeah, they've got a notable amount of debt on their books.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the challenges, but I'm sure there are some bright spots too, right? Things working in their favor.
Oh, for sure. Even with all the headwinds, they've actually been improving their operating margins since their IPO.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it shows they're at least getting more efficient at running the core business.
And are they making any smart moves to position themselves for the future?
Definitely. They're investing heavily in both tech infrastructure and content production. They're really doubling down on making their own original high-quality content. And that's a big deal. In a crowded market, that's what helps you stand out.
Makes sense. And they're using AI too, right? Remember seeing something about that?
Yeah, they're really leaning into that, using AI to improve all sorts of aspects of video production. I mean, think about it. AI can help you make better content more efficiently, maybe even create more personalized recommendations for viewers, keep them hooked.
It's amazing what AI can do these days. It feels
Yeah.
like it's everywhere. And despite all the challenges, it seems like some analysts still believe iQIYI has potential.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them think the stock is actually undervalued right now. They look at the fundamentals, the potential, and they say, hey, this company is worth more than what the market's giving it credit for.
So there's this tension then. The market's kind of wary, but some experts are saying, no, don't underestimate them.
Exactly. It all hinges on whether iQIYI can actually deliver. Can they execute on their plans, overcome these hurdles, and really prove their worth? That's the million-dollar question.
It really is. So looking ahead, what should our listeners be paying attention to? What are some of the key things to watch for?
Well, the next earnings report is coming out May 15th. That's going to be a big one.
Okay.
Pay attention to their subscriber numbers.
Yeah.
Are they growing, shrinking? And their costs, are they getting those under control? Those are two huge indicators.
Gotcha. What about stuff outside the company's control? Are there any external factors that could have a big impact one way or the other?
Definitely. Keep an eye on what the Chinese government is doing. New regulations can shake things up in a hurry in that market. And then there's the global macro economy. How that's doing affects everyone, especially consumer-facing businesses like iQIYI. And of course, you can't forget the competition, those other streaming platforms and these new mini-dramas that are popping up everywhere. All of that puts pressure on iQIYI to stay ahead of the curve.
It's a lot. So to sum it all up, we've got iQIYI, ticker IQ, in a really interesting spot. They're actively juggling their debt, trying to get it in order. They surprised us with a good earnings per share number. But the revenue growth, the subscriber numbers, those are raising some eyebrows. The market is kind of on the fence. Analysts see potential, but investors aren't quite convinced. And the big question is, can iQIYI leverage their investments in tech and content to really come out on top?
A lot to consider there.
It really is. And that's what makes it so fascinating. I'm so curious to see how this all plays out. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a wild ride, one worth watching.
Couldn't agree more. And for our listeners, what are your thoughts on all this? How do you see iQIYI's future unfolding? We'd love to hear your perspectives, so make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. Let's keep the conversation going.
Absolutely. Always love hearing from you all.
All right. Until next time, happy investing, everyone.
Take care.